Hi everybody, I wanted to do a what I eat in a day on my period as a holistic nutritionist, and I always start the day off with a big breakfast. This starts your hormones off on a great start. Because your hormones are super low, it's really important to make sure that we're feeding our bodies all of the building blocks that they need to create hormones. And so I'm starting with 3 pasture-raised eggs from my chickens, some local organic sourdough bread topped with coconut oil, and some raw local honey, as well as a banana. I put Celtic sea salt on top of it all because it has lots of minerals like magnesium to help with cramping. And then I also put dulse flakes on top of it because they also have a lot of minerals like magnesium to help with any cramping and bloating that may come up. I also paired this with hibiscus tea. Hibiscus tea is an astringent herb with lots of tannins in it, and what this does is it tones our uterus so that our uterus does not have a lot of cramping happening during our periods. Good morning everybody, and welcome back to yet another vlog. Today I'm going to be doing a what I eat in a day. I just started my period. I woke up wearing white shorts, of course, and noticed that my bleed had started, and so I thought I would take you guys along with me on a what I eat in a day and how I move my body on my first day of my bleed. So I kind of woke up and I was automatically really hungry, so I started with breakfast, and now I'm going to start with all my chores. I basically have to go and water the garden and then go and get the eggs from the chickens, and yeah, I am just getting some sunlight in my eyes this morning, and I'm super excited because all of my seeds are sprouting up. It's finally warm enough, and I've been watering them with a lot of love and a lot of nourishment, and they're finally starting to pop up, so I'll go show you guys them in the garden. Okay, so this is my garden. I've kind of shown you guys this, I think. There's the rooster. But I basically am doing lasagna gardening, where you fill the bottom with a bunch of leaves and sticks and things, and then the top with like compost and soil. And then I had some starts from my greenhouse going, and these are gonna be green beans, and so I put this old bed frame here for them to like grow up. And then I have some calendula and echinacea growing and more beans down there, and yeah, this box is really fun. I have some borage growing as well for the bees because we're getting some more bees, and this box is cucumbers, lemon cucumbers, and then the other boxes have a bunch of random stuff, and I'm super excited for them. But yeah, these are the new little seeds that just popped up. There's a bunch of, these are like little corn shoots popping up, and I planted this box as like the 3 sisters. If you guys have read Braiding Sweetgrass or learned about companion planting, I planted corn, zucchini, and green beans all together, and basically they all mutually exchange different attributes with one another. The corn grows big and tall for the beans to climb up, and then the beans return nitrogen to the soil, which is a natural fertilizer, and then the zucchini grows close to the ground, which acts as ground cover to keep moisture and water in. So I'm super excited for this box to see how the synergy works. And then I planted some like marigolds throughout it just to bring some more flowers and like pollinators to the bunch. But yeah, I'm going to water my garden, and then I'm going to go on a gentle walk this morning just to not spike my cortisol. I feel kind of just like a little inflamed this period, this bleed. So I'm being gentle with myself, and I'm just going to take it slow, probably do some like deep hip opener stretches, and yeah, just enjoy the sunshine because it's springtime and everything's in blossom. So when I'm on my period, I always try and move my body a little bit slower. Our cortisol is resting higher, so it's nice to just take it slow and easy and just rest your body. I love to go on walks and do deep opening stretches, and I also love to be creatively active. And on this day, I did ceramics. I have a wheel at home, and I've been taking a class, and it's been a really fun journey so far. I wanted to touch on like free bleeding and if I use any period products, those sorts of things. Sometimes I will use organic cotton tampons, but I honestly haven't used them probably for the past like half a year. I have just been using like period panties like these, and I have a smaller pair that aren't boy shorts. I just like the boy shorts because they're a little bit more comfortable and I can wear them underneath like a dress. They are made of organic materials, plant materials, so they're non-toxic and they're super comfortable and they stop a lot of the bleed. I have 3 pairs and I just rotate them throughout the day and then I wash them at night. And I would typically free bleed at night, but these are really nice to wear at night as well. And they just have like a thicker like material like in between, you know, and they like are pretty no-show. You can't really see them, but yeah, I basically just wanted to touch on the personal care products that I use during my period because I know it's so personalized and a lot of people ask me, but I love to try and not stop the flow if I can because the natural disposition of our body is to move downwards, and so if we're putting things upwards, we're kind of causing stagnation and that can cause a lot of cramping and pain and discomfort. And so just allowing your body to fully flow as she needs to is probably the most preferred if you can and if you're comfortable with it. Okay, I wasn't lying in my last vlog when I said that my lunches are always a very random concoction of leftovers that I have in the fridge, but I made some grass-fed local burgers, and then I have some purple sweet potatoes. I love these ones, especially on my period, because they are super rich in anthocyanins, which are the antioxidants that give foods their purple and like bluish colors, and those are really strong anti-inflammatory agents for just fighting inflammation in the body. And we know that our periods are a naturally inflammatory process, so just supporting our bodies with like really dark purple vegetables is really beneficial. My fingers are red from cutting these beets up and roasting them. They also are really rich in anthocyanins, but they are also really rich in iron, and that iron, like the red of the beets, it's kind of like blood. It nourishes us as we lose blood on our periods, and it's really important to prevent iron deficiencies and anemia. I also have some leftover salad from dinner last night with some raw carrots and arugula and some avocado that I added some sauerkraut on top of just to support my gut a little bit extra. And then I also added in some avocado, which is full of B vitamins that are really important for hormone balance, and your hormones are rising once your bleed starts, and so it's really important to be giving our bodies those B vitamins that we need to be creating those hormones, and then also for some like healthy fats to fight inflammation and just give my brain all of the extra love and give my womb all the extra love that I so desire and I so deserve. And then on that note, I also added in some grass-fed local butter on top of the potatoes to give my body some extra omega-3 fatty acids to fight inflammation, and also just give my body some extra hormone-loving fats. So I'm just going to eat this outside. It's a little chilly, so I might head inside. You know how spring is. It's like so wishy-washy. When the sun peeks out, it's nice, but when the clouds cover the sun, it's not so nice. But yeah, I am super hungry, so I'm going to go and eat this. Look how purple that is. One thing that makes me so happy is colorful food. Like, I feel like food is art, and I can't wait for my garden to be producing vegetables soon. It makes me so excited. One of my favorite drinks to make when I'm on my period is golden milk, and so I took some fresh turmeric root, some fresh ginger root, some black pepper, some vanilla, some dates, and some raw milk, and threw it all in a blender. And then I also added some nutmeg and some clove, and I threw it all in a blender, and I just blended it all up until it was all nice and frothy, and I'm going to sip on this for a nice afternoon snack. I love raw milk because it has the enzymes in it without being killed off from the pasteurization process, and has a lot of great bacteria for our gut. And I know it gets demonized a lot, but it actually can just nourish our body so deeply because our gut microbiome dictates so much of our health. So you need to make sure that you have a healthy balance of good bacteria to bad bacteria in your gut, to make sure that those bacteria are actually making all the short chain fatty acids, which then get turned into our hormones and our neurotransmitters and all of those things. And then turmeric, it is really beneficial for fighting inflammation. The curcumin in it, when you pair it with black pepper, works synergistically in our body to fight inflammation deeply, and it also has a lot of carotenoids which help fight inflammation and just give our body a lot of good things. Ginger also helps fight inflammation and has been shown to help decrease pain during our periods and cramping during our periods. So, and then I also use Ceylon cinnamon because this is the true form of cinnamon, which has all of the beneficial properties for heart health, for anti-inflammatory health, for blood sugar balance, and balancing our blood sugar while on our period is really huge because our cortisol is naturally higher, and so if we're going to be eating sweet things like dates and all of those things, those are really good for blood sugar balance already, but it's also really great to just include blood sugar balancing herbs into our diet. So Ceylon cinnamon rather than other like Szechuan cinnamon is really beneficial for our blood sugar balance. Okay, so I'm just gonna sip on this out in the sunshine and with my bare feet in the grass. You guys know the drill, getting some grounding in, getting those negative electrons, negative ions donated to my body to fight inflammation and just ground me back to nature. And yeah, I'm outside by the river and just soaking in the beauty. All the birds are chirping and it's a pretty windy day, but it's really warm and sunny out. So I'm just really happy to be connected to nature as always. Also, this is really good. Using fresh turmeric and golden milk definitely changes the game. It's so much sweeter and just less chalky and dry tasting. It's just so much more alive. Okay, I took my dinner outside over to the hill by my house to watch the sunset while I ate, but I basically just made one of the grass-fed burgers from earlier with some kabocha squash and some avocado, some bell pepper, all on a bed of arugula with some balsamic dressing. I always make sure to get in enough carbs on my period because being a woman is very energy demanding. Just shedding the inside of your body every single month is very energy demanding, and so make sure that you're nourishing your body and giving it all of the love that it deserves because it's just trying so hard to give you the ability to create life, whether that is in child form or in a creative baby. We all have creative energy like building and blossoming every single month, and our period is a shedding of that and just honoring your bleed by feeding your body a lot of nourishment. I love eating grass-fed ground beef because it just remineralizes my body so well, gives me all of the protein that it needs, and especially when it's local, grass-fed, grass-finished, and has been loved its entire life, I feel really confident in knowing that it's nourishing my body deeply. Ever since I started implementing it back into my life, my periods have been so healthy. They've been more regular and they've been more full. I don't feel like I have scanty bleeds or just missing periods more often. I really feel like my body is so healthy and thriving on this. I know that my ancestors would have been eating grass-fed animals, and just feels really good to be eating holistically and implementing different parts of the animal into my life because even the vegetables that we eat are not vegan. They're not plant-based. They take animal life to go into them. And so eating locally and supporting local farmers and eating close to my home feels a lot better than going to the store and buying plastic wrapped soybeans from halfway across the world. So I am enjoying a very holistic, nourishing meal outside in nature, watching the sunset, kind of like how we should be, you know? I hope that you guys are all taking care of yourselves and nourishing your bodies no matter what phase of your cycle you're in, whether you're male or female. I just hope that you are dropping into yourself and choosing to nourish yourself with delicious, wholesome foods from the earth and listening to your body's innate cues. Your body knows you best. You don't have to eat like me to be healthy, but you should be eating and honoring your body in order to be healthy. I am probably going to finish off the night with some chocolate and some tea like I always do, but I'm probably going to say goodbye here just because I want to drop in with myself for the rest of the evening. But I love you all. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope this inspired you to learn your body better, to drop into your cyclical nature, to understand how different our bodies are at different phases in the month. And I hope that this really inspired you to learn more about your body and how cyclical you are. I have more videos on this if you're new here. And I will be back next week with a follicular phase, what I eat in a day, and how I move my body in a day. But until then, I hope you guys are dropping in with yourself, taking some deep belly breaths, nourishing yourselves holistically and fully in every single area of your life, and honoring your own deep intuition and spending time out in nature like we all should be. I love you guys so much. I will see you guys next week in another video. Bye.